Hey y'all, this is Southern Woods here. Welcome back to another Age of the Conflict War simulation. What if, instead of states, there were just national parks and people representing those national parks? And then what if all those people representing the national parks hated each other and wanted a civil war? Well, in this very not realistic scenario, we're going to see what happens. They're all starting out relative to where the national parks actually are. They're grabbing up territory. Who's gonna win? We have alliances forming already. Mammoth Cave and Kindred, the Petrified Forest, and Mesa Verde. Alright, some of these names may be a little bit hard for me to pronounce. But what national park is your favorite? Which one do you live closest to? And who do you want to see win? Which national park should just expand over across the whole U.S.? We have our first battles between Mount Rainier and Crater Lake in the far northwest. We have some battles in the Rockies. The first to fall was Mesa Verde against the Canyonlands National Park. Alright, we have Crater Lake moving up north. They take out Mount Rainier. And then we had Death Valley and Joshua Tree National Park both be conquered. A big one fell as the Great Sand Dunes were conquered out by Black Canyon of the Gunnison. And then the Petrified Forest was also taken out. Already 6 national parks have been eliminated. We also have Teddy Roosevelt National Park. Alright, the founder of national parks. Pinnacles taken out by Sequoia out in California. Arches taken out by Canyonlands. We just had a big one. Carlsbad Caverns taken out by White Sands. And then Sequoia taken out by Kings Canyon. Already 10 are down. We started with 50. We're down to 39 as Hot Springs conquered by Mammoth Cave. I guess technically the closest one to me is the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, which I think I've heard is the most popular based off of foot travel. Big Bend, Saguaro, and Capitol Reef, and the almighty popular Yellowstone have all fallen. Grand Teton looking mighty big up there in the northern Rockies. The Northern Cascades and Glacier both taken out by Grand Teton. That's one of my neighbor's favorite national parks. He climbed there many times. So I'm sure if he's watching, he's rooting for them. Either that or the Great Smoky Mountains. Rocky Mountain conquered by Wind Cave, who's looking big in the Midwest. Indiana Dunes fighting off, alright, the Cuyahoga Valley, which originates in Ohio. Olympic has fallen to Craters Lake. Carter's Lake is a lake in Georgia. My apologies. All right, Yosemite. Not going to pronounce that one because they're dead. Look at the Great Smoky Mountains. They've just traveled down to the coast. Very smart, very interesting. All right, the Lassen Volcanic National Park taken out by the mighty Redwoods. All right. We had 2 start out in southern Florida, and the Everglades is going to win that battle. The Everglades moving up into Georgia. Most of Georgia controlled by Congari. That's just what I want to say. Congari. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, y'all can talk bad about me in the comment section. Alright, we have Black Canyon expanding, taking out Canyonlands, proving they are the king of canyons. Wind Cave going against the Gateway Arch. We have 2 caves left, alright? Couple of dunes and sand related national parks as well. Uh-oh. We just had the Grand Canyon, the grandest of them all, fall, as well as Guadalupe Mountains and Gateway Arch. Alright, we have 24 national parks left. Let's look at the statistics here. The largest right now is Black Canyon of the Gunnison, followed by Wind Cave, Mammoth Cave, a couple caves expanding, and the Grand Tetons. By income, alright, we have Grand Teton, Wind Cave, Mammoth Cave, and the Channel Islands, who have made landfall. We also have Isle Royal, which has made landfall. Don't worry, I didn't forget about them. And I'm sorry, this is only lower 48. I know there are some people. I know Alaska has a lot of national parks, but Alaska ain't here. This is the Alliance map. All right, Mammoth Cave. All right, sharing some alliances. We have the Great Smoky Mountains, Everglades up here with Acadia, Wind Cave, Indian Dunes. All right, Black Canyon teaming up with Zion, it looks like. Channel Islands with the Great Basin National Park, Kings Canyon and the Redwoods, and Craters Lake and Grand Teton, and Teddy Roosevelt, as well as Isle Royale. So we have some interesting, powerful alliances going on. Who's going to end up winning? Who's your votes now? Well, we have the Indiana Dunes reaching up, landing on Isle Royale, and taking them out. Some cool names. A lot more cool names than what we have states. Teddy Roosevelt expanding his territory alongside Badlands. Alright, going into present-day Minnesota and then Michigan. New River, not doing too hot. Alright, they're fighting off a couple different national parks. And they're going to end up falling. Indiana Dunes, they're struggling as well. Mammoth Cave trying to push up the Mississippi. We have a lot of border gore and war out west as people are trying to figure out what they're doing. The Great Basin of Nevada is going to fall, so Nevada's own is no longer. We have Bryce Canyon and White Sands pushing against the Channel Island territory. Shenandoah gets bigger out here in the east. We have Wind Cave in a big battle against Black Canyon of the Gunnison. We also have Redwoods fighting against Crater Lake and the Grand Teton. Look at the Everglades. They have the southern tip of present-day Texas. Interesting maneuver as they go against Black Canyon. Badlands conquered by Wind Cave. We're down to 18 national parks left. One of the most popular, the Great Smoky Mountains, just got a dub taking out Mammoth Cave. We have Acadia giving money to the Everglades as they push up north. Wind Cave conquered by Teddy Roosevelt, but Black Canyon and Indiana Dunes going to get most of that. We just had Channel Islands being taken out by the White Sands, and then the Great Smoky Mountains were taken out by Black Canyon. Trying to push the Everglades out of Texas and moving into present-day Georgia. We have Bryce Canyon swarming in, taking out Kings Canyon. The king of canyons has fallen. The Everglades getting bigger. We're almost down to our top 10. Who will make it to the coveted top 10? That is the question. We have Zion, who's pieced out with everyone. Everyone's being friendly to Zion National Park. The Redwoods pushing up Crater Lake. The Everglades collapsing. A lot of their territory lost. And they're going to be taken out before the top 10, as well as Indiana Dunes. So here are your top 10 national parks. Acadia, Shenandoah, Black Canyon of the Gunnison, Teddy Roosevelt National Park, the Grand Tetons, Crater Lake, Redwood, Bryce Canyon, and White Sands. Who will be number one? There can only be one top national park in the U.S. My money, it's looking like Black Canyon's the front runner, but I'm going for either Teddy Roosevelt, the Grand Tetons, or the mighty Redwoods. The Redwoods fending off several at once. Shenandoah trying to push out the Black Canyon. The Grand Teton making their move down the Rockies and down the plains. Teddy Roosevelt helping them out. They're all turning on the Black Canyons, and the Gunnison is gone. Shenandoah gonna get a lot of that, as well as the Grand Tetons. Race for the tip of Texas. We're down to 9. Shenandoah, strong offensive maneuvers. Piecing out with a couple, but still going at it with the White Sands on the coast. Not able to make enough headway, though. Now Shenandoah struggling, losing a chunk of land there. Bryce Canyon still fending off a couple at once. The Redwoods, though, they're shrinking. They're struggling. Redwoods, you gotta put up a bloody fight now. Now Bryce Canyon all of a sudden turning on Zion for a minute. Not able to do much with that backstab, though. Shenandoah now really split off, except minuscule coastline. Crater Lake and the Redwoods both taken out And now the Grand Tetons not looking so grand in the grand scheme of things. What an interesting little territory. I mean, that is funky. But hey, it's going to help them squeeze Teddy Roosevelt's neck. Now the Grand Tetons are the wee Tetons. And now they're gone. It's all up to my man Teddy, the founder of national parks. It would only be fitting if he gets the dub. He's going to take out Acadia. It's him versus Bryce and the White Sands. And Bryce is helping out Teddy, giving him a lot of dough. And I forgot, Zion is still a thing. Within the heartlands of Bryce lies Zion. The White Sands are gonna fall. It's Teddy. It's Bryce. It's Zion. Teddy with a big push initially. Uh-oh. What just happened? Looks like Zion teaming up with Teddy. How long will that stay? Does Bryce know about this secret alliance? Apparently it was made known, and Zion almost squeezed to death, but with the help of Teddy Roosevelt, gonna turn on Bryce, shrinking him to the coastline. Oh, a final three has never been more exciting. No, Teddy, no! Don't let Bryce get the upper hand now. Zion's turned with Bryce. No, Teddy, no! This is your realm. You made them. Yes, Teddy. Push past the Rockies. Come on, Zion. Take out Bryce. Zion has collapsed. They've run out of money. It's now Bryce or Theodore. Which I spelled wrong, I know. Look at that. Theodore. Teddy Roosevelt. And Bryce. I don't even know who Bryce is. Who the heck is even Bryce? No way he's mightier than Teddy. No way. No. There we go. No! Finish him off, Teddy! No mercy! There we go. Teddy Roosevelt National Park is the winner. Wow. I haven't been that passionate for a simulation in a minute. It just seems so fitting. If you want to see this one run up again in the future, you better smash that like button and let me know in the comment section. If you have your own suggestion, also let that be known. If you want to see more of these outdoor videos, food reviews, hit that subscribe button and join the Southern Woods community. I will see y'all in the next one. Southern Woods out.